And Nikhil sir, I wanted to ask about Hardik Pandya. I mean, the last 3 months, like you see, like what do you call that story? Like, I mean, a tale of two halves, whatever you want to call it, like just a complete turnaround. Because in football, I've seen players get booed, I've seen them get abused, everything. In cricket, for the first time, I was witnessing it. Maybe it's happened before, but I was going to the stadiums during the IPL. He was getting booed, he was getting abused, whatever the situation, and he was not playing well. Like, I mean, he was getting criticized even by commentators and everything in terms of his cricket, not like the extra stuff that we see with the crowds. But then just the mental grit, the determination, and yeah, you saw him closely this time around in America and the West Indies. Yeah, your thoughts on Hardik Pandya and his journey in the last 3-4 months?
Incredible. In fact, I spoke to him in the flight when we were coming back. I spent some time with him, and I'll tell you exactly what I told him. I said, hats off to you, because I can't even imagine the pressure that you would have had just in that final over. 16 runs to defend. You have the ball in your hand, and you don't want to be the bowler who's lost India final. Everyone would have forgotten everything had he conceded 16 in that last over. It would have all come down on him. So imagine the weight of the entire nation on your shoulders. You are the man who has to defend 16 runs, and 16 runs with Miller on strike is possible. So I said, how did you keep your nerve? Because most people under that situation, no matter how calm you are, and forget about the criticism and the booing and all of that came in his way, and the kind of IPL he had, not in great form with either the bat or the ball, to bowl that over. And something very interesting he told me, he said, you know what, it's a question of personality. He said, see, there are two types of people. He's like, the one who, when there is a tough situation, and in any profession that you may be, right? You're working in an office, you're a pilot, you're whatever you are. When it's really a tough situation, they want to not be part of it, because there is that fear of failure, right? Like, if I be this, what if I don't succeed? What if I'm not able to deliver the goods? So he said, as soon as that comes out, they want to wriggle out of that situation. He said, then there are certain other people who actually wait for these situations, say, I want to be that guy, I want that situation. He says, why? Because that's my chance to be a hero. He says, I look at it like that it is my chance. See, he said, what is the worst thing that can happen? I'll lose it, right? I'm anyway being hated all around. That will just continue. But I have this chance to take this ball, bowl this over, win it, and then I turn it around and be a hero. So I rather take my gamble of being that hero. I rather take the chance of being that hero. So he said, that's how I looked at it, and that's how I approached it, and bowled with that attitude. And again, it was, see, he's human. No matter how cool he acts on the field, you saw, and that it was just impromptu. It was just natural. It was just organic when he breaks out into tears. That moment where he falls down, imagine that entire pressure releasing from him that has been building up for the last 3-4 months, the booing, the going to the ground, the not successful stint. I mean, booing is one thing, but not being able to play well with the bat or the ball. And then third dimension to that was, being the captain and his team also not doing well. So all of those things building up to eventually winning the World Cup, and forget the final, what a tournament he had. Yeah,